All right, guys, and we are here one more day at the International Conference for Futsal Coaches. Today is an English-only lecture. Once again, we are honored to have the presence of head coach for Ajax Futsal and also for FC Barcelona B Futsal, Coach Xavi Closas. Coach Xavi today is going to be speaking to us about the basic principles of the game and also about generating superiorities. And then at the end, we will have a section for questions and answers. It will be brief. It won't be too long, but there's going to be some space at the end of the lecture for us to address any questions that you may have. Some of you have already sent me a question through WhatsApp, so I'll be sure to be asking Coach Xavi those questions. If you go on YouTube, if, for example, you are not on the WhatsApp group and you have a question on YouTube, you can put it in the comment section, and I will, if I catch it in time, I will be sure to ask him as well. But without further ado, thank you for joining, and I will let Coach Xavi speak a little bit more about himself, introduce himself, and then we'll begin with the presentation. Xavi, thank you very much for joining us. For those of you that don't know, Xavi was already here speaking in Spanish 2 times last week, and he was kind enough to return to do it one more time in English before the conference is over on Friday. So it's my pleasure again to present you with such an expert in the sport of futsal, but also a great human being on and off the court. Xavi, it's you.
Good night from Barcelona, and thank you, Daniel, for thinking with me at the first international conference. It's a pleasure for me sharing futsal with so many coaches, and I hope all of you are healthy and stay safe. I'm Xavi Closas, founder together with Oscar of Ajax Futsal and coaching Barça Academy. Ajax Futsal, we have working a method that we have applied in many clubs in Catalonia, in United States, in Japan, in Australia. And our objective is to work on the player, to convert him as a smart player. The formation today, I have a objective to teach the basis of our methodology. For us, the futsal has to be built from these bases. The basis of the futsal are the offense, the basic principles offense, the basic principles defense, and generate superiorities for try to make a goal. After this, the next level is build the game model 3-1, 4-0, 2-2. It's the next level. It's every model we can work with these concepts that today we talk. We start the offense. The basic principles offense are keep the ball is the first. The second is progress towards the rival goal, and the third is score a goal. Keep the ball is one of the most important factors, and that in working in methodology we use more. Having the ball, always you two able to goal. Is no ball, no goal. And if you want to make some goal, we need the ball. Okay, change. Vale, the keep the ball. We can work it from 4 perspectives. The first is individual perspective, and for me it's a big concept because we work at the player. The focus is in the player, and we work the conservation of the ball in 1v1 situations, not for a goal, 1v1 for protect the ball, for use the body for protect the ball, work right and left leg for protect the ball, use the arms correctly. This is important because sometimes I need to looking for the goal, and sometimes I need to protect when the other team press me when I have the ball. The second concept is the collective coordination. This concept it's very important. It's to be able to maintain the ball. And it's important we have to coordinate with other teammates, perform the movements in the right time. Sometimes they are teams, work analytic situations and pass the ball and move, pass the ball and move, but don't need to think in any moment. If I keep the ball with a collective coordination, all the time, I need to thinking about what happened in this exercise. All the time, I need to look for free space because after the pass, I move. After the pass, I move. I'm looking for another free space. It's another big concept in futsal. The futsal, for me, it's looking for the free space all the time. And the other teammate move in function of these movements. The next point is the positional attack. Sometimes they are teams present a positional defense. And in this situation, it is very important to have a good ball possession, to be able to move the opposite team left, right, to work well and try to looking for one time for a situation 1v1 or a superiority for one side and try to finish. But if the quality of this pass is a bad quality, it's impossible move the ball left, right, move the ball one side in front the other, or pass the ball at the pivot. We need to work a lot the quality of the pass. We need to work a lot the quality of the decision of the player. Sometimes some players make a lot of passes, different passes, but never decide what is the best pass in every moment that the game. It's for this reason I prefer, and the method of EOX Futsal, we work a lot a global methodology, and we work a lot concepts in the same time. After these points, I show you different exercises that you can practice in your teams. The other point we can keep the ball is as a way to defend. For example, my team win 2-1, and I play with a goalkeeper flyer. I think in English it's goalkeeper flyer. Why? Because I want to keep the ball. I want the possession of the ball. And I play with 4 players in my half court, and the goalkeeper is in the other half court. And we're looking for a superiority here, 4 against 3, or 4-by-3. Pass the ball. And when press a lot, I pass at the goalkeeper. When the defense go down, I pass again for the possession. It's not the best game. It's not for the kids, for me, it's a bad decision because don't learn. And the futsal is a dynamic sport. It's intensity. Is a showtime, and this kind of decisions. It's the opposite of the futsal. Before explain the exercise, it's important to understand how we structure the objective according to age. Under 5, 6 years old, the most important thing is how I relate with me, my motor skills. I need to move, run with different directions, jump. Under 7 and 8 years old, the most important thing is how I relate with the ball, me and the ball. And I need to looking for different exercise about this. The coordination, run with the ball, jump with the ball, change the direction with the ball. Under 9 and 10 years old, the most important thing is the relationship with the ball and with the adversary, with the defender. Is the 1v1. It's this concept for me is one aspect very, very important, and we need to work a lot. We need to work in offense and in defense. Not only offense, showtime. No. A strong defense, a good position, and try to defend that very well. Under 11 and 12 years old, the most important thing is the relationship with my teammate, with the ball, and with the opponent. In this age, we work the specific movements of futsal, 2v2, paralela, diagonal, 1-2, walk, pantallas, etc. And under 13 and 14 years old, the most important thing is the 3v3. This progress is important for understand the next exercise. And for me, when the kids are young, in this age, we need to respect this concept. And we need to focus all work for the player. No, the focus is in the score. No, the focus all the time is in the player. I want this player arrive at under 20 and play with the national team. Okay? No, play incredible today or win today. No. I grow for this player. I need to go up, pass every time at the next level. And when I arrive under 20, yes, he needs to win the games. And the different exercise we can do is, I would like to develop a little more the keep the ball or the conservation, the different work exercise for work, the conservation. And from EOX Futsal, we understand that there are different ways to work possession. The first is warm-up. We can use the possession for warm-up. And in front, you have this exercise. After I explain more, before I show you the different concepts, for warm-up, for intelligent conservations, conservations in progress, conservation to work depth and wide, 5, the position games, And 6, game conservation. Now I explain the different exercise. Vale? This exercise you can see in the presentation. It's 3 teams. 2 teams in one half. One team is offense, the other is defense. The other team in the other half, and I'm looking for pass the ball. And when I do 5, 6, 10, it's depends of do you want passes. I need to pass the ball at the other side, and the defender change the half. If the defender take the ball and pass the ball at the other side. Now, in this kind of exercise, it's very good exercise for warm-up. We work the quality of the pass. We work the change the role, defense, offense. We change the balance. We work the possession. And if the exercise is okay and we want pass at the next level, we can work in 2 touches. Or the first touch is with the sole or with the left, and the second touch with right. Different options you have in this exercise. The second exercise I want to explain for warm up, it's a quick ball recovery. The main objective is all players running with the ball, conservation the ball, and each player with the ball, except 2 players, for example, or 3 players. It depends on the players we have. The objective is to recover all the balls as quickly as possible and place them in the specific area. What I work, if I have the ball, I work to protect the ball. I run with the ball. I run with the ball, and all the time I see what happened in the exercise. I need to use left, right leg. Or the same exercise we can do with only right leg or only left leg. It's depend of do you want. Another option about the exercise is ball position with multiple goals. The main objective is the possession, right? And the second objective is the effective passing. And we split the players in 2 teams. We use cones to set random small goals throughout the court. And we work on keeping possession of the ball by teams scoring 1 point every time that they play a pass, throw a small goal. Options for the next level: 2 touches. I can pass at the same player. I can repeat the same goal, or I need to if I make goal in offense half, the next goal is in the defense half, for example. What looking for? More possession. They move the ball up and down, left, right. And this thing is important. And this is a very, very good exercise for warm-up. The intelligent conservations, the idea is to keep the ball reproducing ideas of our game model, and that the player has to be thinking constantly. For example, we have different options. Now I show you in my board. Now I think you can see. Yes. Okay. The first thing, it's I use different space, and in this space, the players cannot pass, and the ball cannot pass the ball to. And what happened? Two teams, if this space I can use and the ball can pass for here and the defender can pass, I'm looking for when the ball arrives here, I'm looking for pass the ball for the side. I'm looking for play between the lines. But if I change the position, what happened? This is the zone, and I'm looking for all the time pass the ball for both sides and move left, right, but for this zone. And with this methodology, you can build your game model. Another option is to, for example, to limit the touches to players. For example, in one team, one player only have one touch, another player 2 touches, another 3 touches, depending on the player. The other team, the same. What happened in this exercise? It's not the same pass the ball at the player he have only 1 touch, that the player, the teammate have 2 or 3 touches. Because with only 1 touches, I need to pass at the first touch. I need to pass me the ball with a good pass, because I need to continue with this action. And this thing is important. I condition the situation, and all the time the player need to thinking what happened and what player helped me and what kind of pass need this player. The next exercises, it's exercises of progression. I love one exercises. It's and this exercise we can use with a goalkeeper. It's 2 space. This is the portero, goalkeeper here, and the main objective is we split the players in 2 teams. This is the same. The goalkeepers are in this position, and the objective is to keep possession of the ball and try to pass into the goalkeeper without the defending winning the possession of the ball. Bam, pass the ball and move and return. 1 point for my team. What the next level? I pass the ball. The goalkeeper need to pass the ball at another teammate. 1 point. After this, I need to change at the other side. Pass the ball, pass at the goalkeeper, another point. The next level, one thing is important. All the time in this possession, they are one direction. All the time, go in this direction in this time. The next level about this exercise, it's with, this is we can, one pivot, and the portero, the goalkeeper, is in the goal. And this is a pivot. And after pass pivot, I can finish at the goal. It's the completely progress about the possession of the ball. This is a complete exercise. The next is the progress towards the real goal. Yes, it's important, keep the ball. But if we have the ball all the match, in the end, the score will be from 0-0. And the most important is try to win. The fact of having the ball does not give us any score. Therefore, we have to go to the next level. And the next level is progress toward the contrary goal. And the first thing we need to do is permanent attack through individual and collective movements that allow the attack toward the goal. This thing is important because sometimes the players, the difference movement, it's not for try to go at the goal. No, all the time pass the ball, or all the time the movement is in the opposite side. And if you want to create dangerous situations, you need to looking for permanent attack and oriented the towards at the objective. And the objective is the goal. We have to be clear of our objective here is a fundamental factor in the game. And that is the body position. What happens if I receive the ball? The score is in my back, and I'm in one side the court, and all the time I receive, and in my back is the goal. I cannot see the goal. It's very difficult go, and it's too easy defender me because I'm not dangerous. It's too easy. My body position, it's all the time. I need to see what happened in all game. And when I receive the ball, I'm ready for attack the goal, for attack the defender, for try to go at the goal. This concept is important. I don't go, I pass the ball. But the first option is generate dangerous in this situation. The other thing is the difference movements without a ball and the movements with a ball. The movements without ball, the tracks in the direction of the contrary goal, that they come from the specific movements of the futsal, paralelas, diagonals, 1-2, walls. This is very important. But this movement, sometimes I need to move without touch the ball. And sometimes I receive, and I should. And sometimes I generate a free space for another teammate. And this is in this moment when this player can do 1v1 or another option better than the other. One important thing of work is the change of rhythmic in the direction. This is important because I decide when I change, and I decide when I change my speed, and it's the moment for win the position, win this free space. The displacements without ball, it's the same. Sometimes I use a lot with the ball. What is important? The orientation with the ball. The first touch with the ball. I use the sole. I use a strong fake. With the first touch, I generate a superiority because I win at the defender. And the exercises, it's in the slide here. You have one. I love this exercise because it's a progression. And all the time, I have one objective. After pass the ball between, inside the score, the space, ¿vale? I change at the other side. And before I tell you, the next level is when I use both the space, I can finish. Another kind of exercises is the transitions. The exercise 2v1, 3v2, 3v1, but 3v1 one side, 3v2 on the other side. It's continuing transitions. Down, up, down, up. And the other option for work these situations is the dualities. Work 2v2 and try to work the paralelas, diagonals, 1v1, 1-2, the blocks, all options in 2v2. This concept is important. For me, the 2v2, it's the key of the exercise, because in all game model, you need 2v2. And the next is the score a goal, is the constant attack on the contrary goal must be linked with the possibility of shooting to goal. For the kids, we want to encourage 1v1. It's the most important exercise in defense and in offense. Before I tell you, but I repeat this concept. We want to encourage 1v1. The kids need to experience different movements in 2v1 and 1v1. All players need freedom, need creativity, need the coach tell him, hey, let's go. Freedom in every space. When arrive under 14, they understand what is the space for 1v1, what is space dangerous for 1v1. But when they are under 10, under 9, 1v1, and work a lot, offense and defense, and try different actions. And the big problem is not lose the ball. The big problem is when the kid stop and, oh, I lose the ball. No. If I lose the ball, change the role very quickly and defend it. But the 1v1 is important. And all the time, we need to work this. Because when you arrive at the senior, the big difference between a strong team, a physical strong team, a team with a strong concepts, technical and tactical, is the quality individual, the individual quality. And is in this time what we need to work. And different things important. The body orientation. orientation the kid with the ball is important. Before we talk about this, all the time I need to orientation for a try to goal and for generate something in this moment. Try to do different shoots, different powers. Read the different positions of the goalkeeper. Shoot with different place of the leg. What kind of exercise? 1v1. You can show the next slide. Yeah, this exercise for me it's the top exercise because we work 1v1. It's multi 1v1. It's good because it's not only 1v1. I can move for different plays, and I need to read the goalkeeper if the attention is with the other ball, and only need slowly shoot. The defender need to press a lot because if not, the shoot is too easy. And the next level about this exercise, it's 2 players in both goals and all the time move for the second post. Is the other concept important in futsal? After 1v1, 2v2 for one side, always second post. And in this time, we start to work this situation. The next basic principle is the defending. And we have three concepts. It's recover the ball, keep the ball away from the goal, stop them from scoring, and important thing in our methodology in EOX Futsal for the kids. For me, until under 13, under 14, individual defense, all court, 1v1, all court, press ball, all court, and press ball the lines, and responsibility. With this situation, every player win responsibility. Because if my opponent may make a goal, it's my responsibility. It's another concept the kids need to learn. The first concept is recover the ball. Recover the ball is the best or the most important thing in defense, because if I cannot recover the ball, it's impossible to make a goal. And the option to recover the ball or the press the ball, after this, I need to construction the game model, because if I press the ball and to recover myself, I can finish. And this is important because if I press well, the other teammates, the position of the other teammates, it's one or other. In function, if the ball is pressed or not, the movements that the other players, it's in one direction or the other. And remember, it's all the time it's the same. For me, all the time, I use defense man to man. After 15 years old, I change the defense. Defense with change, zone defense. But before under 14, for me and for EOX Futsal, we use man-to-man because it's the way for learn offense concepts and defense concepts. The second concept is press the ball for a teammate to take advantage of my press. I press a lot, and when the opponent pass the ball, my teammate anticipate and take the ball and can finish. The other thing is important. It's decide where we want to recover the ball. This will recondition the press to the ball. I press the ball with a body position or other, depending on where we want to recover the ball. If my position is this, it's possible I looking for the player pass the ball in this side. And if he passed the ball in this side, in this moment is when the team press more for try to recover the ball. And these little things, it's important. And it's important because all team understand when we need to recover the ball and how we want to recover the ball. Here begin defining our defensive game model. And my recommendation is always you write where you want to recover the ball, how we want to recover the ball, what kind the situations do you want to recover the ball, and what kind of exercise. 1v1, a lot. Conservations and exercise that the defender need to recover the ball in 1 minute. How many balls recovered this player? Or rondos. How many times in 1 minute? The same defender. How many balls recovered in 1 minute? Vale? Different situations, and I recover quickly the ball. The next is keep the ball away from the goal. This concept is important. It's important because it's depend where I want to recover the ball. I need one thing or another thing. At the time, we cannot recover the ball. The next objective is to prevent they from progressing toward a goal. In our game model, it's time to define where we want to prevent the team from progressing. That is why the first aspect to take in account. The field area. Where do you we check that the rival team cannot or don't know want into progress? In the high area, in the middle area, in the down area? Where? In the middle area, or I want to close the defense. It depends of your game model. The other thing important is what kind of technical and tactical elements we need to avoid for the progression of the rival team. Defending floating, defending I press pass lines and anticipation. This thing is important, because when you understand these things, you can decide the best exercise for your team. And the last thing is the objective. For example, I defending in the middle because when the other team arrive in my hull, I press the ball, and the objective is take the ball in this moment and a transition. Or the other objective is I close my defense and I don't want the ball, only want the other team move the ball left, right, and try to arrive at the end of the game with a score more or less equal. It depends your game model, your objective in every moment. This thing is important. It's not only copy exercise. It's not only copy models. The best important is understand what do you want. And finally, in case you cannot recover the ball, you cannot avoid the progression of the contrary team, the objective will be to avoid of difficult the shot or the goal. Pass the next slide. Yes. The different things. When I defender, it's important understand the different line of shoot. If I cannot recover the ball, we cannot prevent in progressing. The last option is to difficult the shoot or intercept the shoot or stop the shoot. And it's important coordination with the goalkeeper, because if the line of shoot is the first post, my line, the goalkeeper can stop the ball in the second post. It's important the coordination with the goalkeeper. For different situations, inferiority, 2v1, for example. 2v1, when the ball, the player with the ball pass the ball at the other player, the goalkeeper can tell the teammate, hey, you are still with this player, and I leave with the player with a new ball. What happened? We change the situation at 2v2. But it's important this coordination with the defense. The other situation is the situation 3v4 or 4v5. They are a moment. The ball arrive in one side, are free, the player. In this moment, the goalkeeper needs to leave and try to attack the ball. It's important the coordination with the other teammate for not make the same thing in the same moment. And the other thing is the corporal position, the body position. And always the question is, what is the best body position to defend in this zone? For me, is the position is the more comfortable for the player, and is the positions to react fast and effectively in every moment. And the other concept I need to work is the tackle, because the tackle sometimes my body position it's the player go for the side left, right? Because I'm very fast, I'm quickly in these actions, and in the last moment, I use the tackler for take the ball. It depends of each player. What kind of exercise? All situations 1v1. Or, for example, one defender, look this exercise. I love this exercise. It's player here. 1v1 for this side, ¿vale? After this 1v1, ¿vale? Shoot. I go at the other side and 1v1 for the other side. What happened? I need to change all the time my body position. I need to looking for the new line of shoot. I need to all the time coordination with the goalkeeper and change all the time my position. ¿Vale? It's a good exercise for work this situation. Of course, all situations, the 1v1, it's important to work. But not only here. 1v1 here, 1v1 here, 1v1 in this option, ¿vale? It's the working in position, the pivot, ¿vale? Different options, different situations, ¿vale? Different situations, because it's the way because the kid learn a lot. If the kid have more experience, the kid learn more, understand more the game. And the last slide is I love this slide because it's the way for generate situation. In futsal, there are 4 situations for generate superiority. One, it's the transitions. Right? We have players with immediately potential participation in the play are more than the opponents, the number. The other is positional. The players' positions is better position than the other team. The socio-effective, the players relate better than the opponents. This kind of exercise is the game positional. It's very interesting exercise. And the last one is the quality. The players make a tactical and technical resources more effectively than the opponent. I'm better than the defender. And this thing is important because when all it's equal, the difference it's the quality. And the quality we need to work in the first age. Under 14, it's important to work these situations. And well, I hope you understand all presentation. And if you have any questions or some questions.
Coach Xavi, I have a list here of some of the coaches that when I told you that you were going to be here, they sent me some questions ahead of time. So because not all of them can watch because of the different time zones. So obviously not all of them can watch it live. So in case they don't watch it live, they can come back and watch and see the answers here. So I selected some of questions. There are not too many, but I will ask them first in Spanish to make sure that you understand. And then I will ask them again in English. And then you can answer in English. Perfect?
Perfect.
So the first question is, ¿qué tipo de jugador que Barcelona busca desde una edad pequeña, jovencitos? ¿Qué cualidad que están mirando ustedes cuando viene un jugador a hacer pruebas en Barcelona? So the question is, what does Barcelona look at when players are wanting to do a trial at the Barcelona futsal team?
It depends of the age, Under 12, under 13, we're looking for players all the time, looking for 1v1.
Okay.
Under 20, under 19, under 16, looking for different in function the different positions. We're looking for players for 1v1. We're looking for some players for a pivot, players for build the game, players for pass left, right, very, very fast and decide all the time, and sometimes players, leaders players. Okay. And the other concept we try to looking for is the personality, because they are players very well with a strong quality, but when arrive at Barça is a strong team, and the press it's very high, no? And some players, wow,
I feel the pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next question that somebody sent was, when you were speaking about the rondos, importance of the rondos in the possession, keeping the ball. Preguntar en español primero, perdóname. Cuando estabas hablando mucho de los rondos, de la importancia de mantener, conservar el balón, si tú crees que España sufre a veces con eso por hacer eso demasiado, porque en el último mundial de fútbol, por ejemplo, en el mundial en Rusia, pegaron muy pocas veces al arco. Si tú crees que ese es un problema que están utilizando exageradamente. So the question is, you know, the rondos became very popular in Spain, as Coach Xavi was explaining, to conserve the ball. You know, they're used often. But does he think that they're being used too much? Because in the last World Cup in soccer, for example, Spain had a problem finishing on goal.
It's depend of that you work. If I work only rondos, yes, I have a problem, because at the end I need to see the goal, no? It's for the reason, before I explain, I need to progress. Sometimes I need, for example, at the beginning of the season, I need the rondos as well. But there are a moment I need to rondo, but with some objective. And the objective is after, for example, 5, 6, 10 pass, I need to go at the goal. And the game position is the same.
Okay. Okay. All right. The next question is, in Spain, en España, si para los jugadores más jóvenes, si la cancha es más pequeña o si juegan en 40x20 también. The question is, if in Spain, with the youth teams, for example, the younger teams in Barcelona and the other teams, if they play on a big court or if they make the court smaller for the kids.
This is a thing I don't like, because it's the same court. For me, under 12, the court for me it's more small, and the other thing is the goal. The goal is 2 for 3, and for me it's 1 metro y medio.
Okay, 1.5 meters.
Because in Alevín, in Benjamin, don't arrive. And sometimes some players shoot very strong and go out. Don't arrive. And no, it's important adapt the goal at the higher the kids.
Okay, all right. The next question. Si en Barcelona, si los equipos de toda la ciudad siguen un mismo modelo de juego, como si juegan los mismos sistemas defensivos y ofensivos, o si eso se varía de entrenador para entrenador. Asking if in Barcelona, if the younger teams, if they all play, they have the same systems, same formations that all the coaches use, or if it's different, it's the coaches decide what's best for their team.
We work the same line, but not the same system.
Okay.
But we work the same line, and we work with the. Before I explain the different concepts in different age, and in this way, we try to build a player, a smart player, no, and arrive at my team with all concepts and with a strong mind for decide every time what happened in the game and what I need to do in every moment.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Eso es una pregunta más de preparo físico. Es en Barcelona, ¿con qué edad en Barcelona Futsal empiezan los chicos a trabajar con pesos y cosas así? So the question is, in Barcelona, at what age do the kids begin doing a little bit of fitness? They start introducing weights and being a little bit more serious about the conditioning part.
We start only the exercise, not with the high, 15 years old, and we work with higher, no, with 16 years old.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
This concept is important because I see in US,
Yes.
kids work with
Yeah.
a lot of higher when they are 13 years old, and for me it's
sometimes younger. You see kids,
Yeah.
you know, with personal trainers, 10 years old in the gym already doing things.
For me, in this age, it's the coordination, movement, different movements, all the time with the ball.
Okay.
Because you know the articulations, no, it's possible to break.
Okay. All right. Next one here. Is there a different style of futsal in Catalunya than the rest of Spain? Si hay si el estilo de futsal en Cataluña es distinto de Madrid, por ejemplo.
More or less. In Catalonia, I think the level of futsal it's very higher. But every community have different concept. For example, in Zaragoza, all teams play zone. But in Galicia, the most teams play individual. But more or less the concept it's the same. But the level in Catalonia it's
higher.
It's higher.
Okay. Okay. A few more here. This is from essa pergunta é de uma entrenadora aqui nos Estados Unidos, uma mulher que trabalha tiene divisiones de niñas en su club. Está preguntando si tú ves el futsal para niñas y para mujeres en Barcelona creciendo y cómo está en eso en el club. So the question is, how does if he sees anything happening in the near future for women's and girls futsal in Barcelona?
Here in Barcelona, bueno, in Spain, the futsal girls every year go up, and every year there are more teams, only girls, and they are on leagues in each category, in Alevín, in Infantil, in Juvenil, in Senior, and this thing is important. What happened? We need more years for see these girls start the futsal in Alevín, and what happened when arrive at the under 20.
Okay. Okay, I think I have 2 or 3 more, coach, for you. This one, it's a big issue in the United States. Si los papás en el equipo de Barcelona son permitidos a mirar en la práctica. Y si la respuesta es sí, si hay algunas reglas relacionadas a eso. So the question is if in the Barcelona youth futsal, if the parents are allowed to watch practice, and if they are allowed, if there are any rules in place.
In Barça, the parents cannot see the training, only the last day, and during the session, the parents they can't talk anything.
Okay.
If the players talk, go out.
Really? Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting.
Because it's important. I'm always when I go at the doctor. Hey, doctor, I have a problem here. No, the doctor tell me, oh, you need to operate, or because you break your something. No, doctor, you don't understand. No. The coach is a professional.
Okay.
The parents is parents.
Okay.
And the coaches is coaches.
Okay. Perfect. And what about for the games? Are there any rules for the parents during games, home games in Barcelona?
During the game.
During the game, any specific reglas, rules in place?
No. The first day, we organize a meeting with the parents, and it's through Barça. It's a big club, and if you have a bad comportamiento, the next day, this situation is in all social media.
Okay.
And the first thing we talk with the parents is the attitude. We respect the other team. We respect the referee. We respect the decision of the coach. And if the parents have some question, some problem, outside, call the general manager. Hey, I want to talk, and I need a meeting with you, and talk the different situations, but not with in public.
Okay. Okay. And the last question I have here that somebody sent to me. This one is from Australia. What do you think? ¿Qué crees que es la edad ideal para un jugador o transferir del futsal para el fútbol o desistir del fútbol para el futsal? Por ejemplo, Rivio se estaba hablando que él hizo tryouts, intentou jogar para Real Madrid, Atlético de Madrid, quando tinha 12, 13 anos, hizo um mês provas e sabe que futsal é para mim, e aí começou a ser solamente futsal. So the question is, at what age do you think is the break point or the ideal age to make the transfer to outdoor soccer from futsal, or stop outdoor and come back to futsal?
For me, it's the same that Rivillos, 12 and 13 years old. Okay. It's the moment. Under 12, under 13, it's always futsal. When you arrive under 12, under 13, you try the soccer. If you watch, I love soccer. It's my sport. I adapt well at the soccer. I continued with soccer. If not, I to come back at futsal. Okay. The problem, I think, in US, it's the way at futsal. It's not the best way, no, because don't have a strong league, and for me, this is the first step you need to change, no, because when the kids arrive, at the end, the kids they want to play Saturday or because if you can play games or only one weekend and 10 games, but the other days, it's for me the big difference.
Y para finalizar en el mismo tópico, ¿tú crees que un niño que juega solamente futsal y no fútbol, si llega a los 13 años por ahí, tiene una buena base para después ir a fútbol o necesita jugar fútbol desde chico también? So the question is, does a child that wants to play outdoor soccer or football, if he only does futsal until 12, 13, is he Is that a good transition? Is that a good idea? Or he needs to be doing soccer before with futsal, or if just the futsal can help him prepare for that?
Now, for me, it's only futsal, and my methodology, the EOX futsal, it's in this way, because in this age you need to touch all the time the ball.
Okay.
And in soccer, the field it's too big, no? And the futsal, what is the principal characteristic is touch all the time the ball, no? In the training, and in the game, it's the same.
Okay, perfect. Well, Xavi, thank you so much for your time. The contact, if anybody has more questions on my line of transmission here, I'm going to send your social media link, the IOX Futsal. I'm going to put it on the link on WhatsApp for everybody that's in the transmission line. For those of you for the coaches that watch it at a later time on a different day, if they have questions, at least they'll have your social media information so they can follow you on there and get in touch with you directly. Once again, it's been not only today, but last week on Thursday, and then Sunday, and then today again. You were one of our main guests, uno de los convidados especiales durante las 2 semanas. So thank you so much for your time, for your patience, and for everything that you've done. So it was a pleasure. If you want to conclude with any words, you can go ahead.
Thank you. It's a good experience for me, and it's a pleasure all the time share futsal with the different coaches. And I hope the coaches understand my philosophy, my method, and the next days can use some exercise in the different academies.
Correct. Okay, so for everybody that watches, this is IOX Futsal, the contact information for Coach Xavi Closas. So you can find him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and there's the WhatsApp information as well. So he explained IOX, they do consulting for futsal. So if you guys ever want to reach out to Xavi, I highly recommend him. He's one of the best out there. Xavi, thank you so much.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Y suerte ahí en España.
La necesitaremos.
Gracias, Xavi. Bye, everybody. Welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.